Well, tonight, we now know the 4 people who were killed in this weekend's mass shooting near the South Carolina coast. All of this happening at Willie's Bar and Grill. This was on Saint Helena Island in Beaufort County. The coroner there says that 3 men and 1 woman were killed and at least 20 more people were hurt in this gunfire. The victims range in age from 22 to 55 years old, and they're from Beaufort and Saint Helena. Investigators say all of this happened just before 1 a.m. yesterday. This was during a nearby high school alumni event. The investigation is still incredibly active and no word yet on any suspects. As always, we will keep you informed.
In the early hours of October 12th, 2025, a shootout involving 2 to 3 individuals occurred at Willie's Bar and Grill on Saint Helena Island, leaving 4 people dead and 15 others injured. 3 men and 1 woman were killed. The deceased were identified as Kashawn Smalls Glaze, 22, Sherrod Smalls, 33, Ashantek Millage, 22, and Amos Gary, 55. Investigators later determined that Smalls Glaze also fired a weapon during the incident. Multiple local, state, and federal agencies assisted the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office in the investigation. Authorities initially identified a person of interest, but officials later stated that online claims of a suspect being in custody were false.
The unfolding of the event on Saturday night, Sunday morning, with a large crowd of folks, we know that there were 2, possibly 3 within this crowd that had an ongoing feud with each other. And as a result of this ongoing feud, this disagreement, this inability to communicate like we're doing now, they resorted to pulling guns and exchanging gunfire.
On November 14th, 27-year-old Ann Fernie Devin Freeman was charged with 4 counts of murder and a weapons offense. A judge denied bond on the murder charges. Freeman allegedly exchanged gunfire with Kashawn Smalls Glaze during a dispute, killing Smalls Glaze while Freeman was wounded. At the time, Freeman was already jailed on a machine gun charge. Sheriff P.J. Tanner said witnesses later cooperated, leading to the arrest, and noted a possible 3rd shooter. On January 7th, 2026, officials announced Freeman waived his January 9th hearing, sending the case to a grand jury to determine whether it will proceed to trial. Willie Terrell, the owner of Willie's Bar and Grill, said he was inside the bar during the shooting and reported no warning signs beforehand. He described a rapid burst of gunfire and chaotic scenes as patrons attempted to aid the injured. Terrell said his focus was on the victims' families and his staff. On November 12, 2025, Terrell was served with an emergency business license revocation and later publicly confronted Beaufort County Sheriff P.J. Tanner, accusing authorities of targeting his business. A judge suspended the license on November 17th after investigators found the bar lacked a required permit to sell alcohol after midnight on Sundays. 2 days later, Terrell announced the bar's permanent closure and plans to open a learning center. In December 2025, a woman injured in the shooting filed a lawsuit against Terrell, the business, the property owners, and an alleged shooter, seeking damages for injuries, medical costs, and lost wages. Our prayers and condolences go out to all the victims and their loved ones. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for official updates on this case.